Hello friends, welcome to Rigveda, the tech channel with the Indian context. In today's episode, we thought we will cover one special build that we did. It is a custom water-cooled build that we did recently. What is custom water cooling and why do we need custom water cooling? Basically what happens is in today's scenario, there are very high-end processors. For example, this Ryzen 9 5950X, which is a 16-core processor that we've used in this build. So this processor generates a lot of heat, when you push it to the limit. So on a basic stock setting, it can be tamed with a standard AIO that is available in the market. But however, when you try to push it to the maximum limit, when you're trying to overclock it, so AMD has some of the best overclocking capability in the industry. So when you try to do that, it requires some better cooling compared to the AIO or a power cooler in a air cooling scenario. And this one is basically 3090 is again one of the fastest graphics card in the market today, in the world today, and it is also notorious for consuming so much power, 350-400 watts of power. And it is known to generate so much heat as well. When you have both these high performing components together in a build, and that build is supposed to run not in gaming, and this particular client is going to use it for artificial intelligence workload. So it is going to be always under heavy workload, it's going to work to its peak continuously. It is going to be there for 24 hours, it's going to keep running at its peak efficiency. So in that kind of a scenario, you require a custom water cooling. Custom water cooling is basically nothing but you put a water block, and the GPU also you put a water block, and then have a pump, reservoir, and different radiators and fans. And so let's go on to this journey of how we did this build from scratch. I hope you will enjoy this episode. Thank you so much and keep watching. The star of the show, the water-cooled RTX 3090 made by Inno3D. And the reason we went with this GPU is it comes with its own GPU block in the factory fitted. So you don't have to run the risk of buying a GPU, removing the shroud and the fans. Let's see what's inside. So we got this embossed Inno3D logo, brutal by nature, something's falling. So this is probably the smallest RTX 3090. You can see the complete internals from here. You can see the cold plate through this thick acrylic top. I'm sure this is metal. There is a metal back plate. The rear is properly cooled. So 3090 is notorious for heating from the back side. However, the water is not cooling the back, it cools only the front side of it. So we went with Ryzen 9 5950X, which is a 16-core and 32-thread processor with a massive 72 MB of L3 cache. So this is Ryzen 9 5950X with so many pins in the back. So for the motherboard, we went with the X570S variant of the AMD chipset, which is the upgraded version of the X570. Let us go ahead with the unboxing. Now we see the motherboard. There is a display LED, and then there is a Type-C connector. There are about 8 SATA connectors here, and then the USB 3 connector over here, and the 2 USB 3 connectors. And we have got plenty of I think about 5 fan headers, flashback button. So for flashback, you have to put the BIOS in this, and then so many, you got 4 USB 3, and then high speed USB 3 numbers, and then there is a USB Type-C as well as HDMI.
and you got a 2.5G connector, Wi-Fi 6E, and also 7.1 connector with a SPDIF out. Okay, for the SSD we went with the 2 TB of WD Black SN850, which is one of the world's fastest drives. It has sequential speed of 7000 Mbps. That is about 7 Gbps speed, and it's a 2 TB drive. Black PCB. You could see the SanDisk controller here, and the storage chips are covered. I don't know what make it is. For the RAM, we went with G.Skill's Trident Z Royal Elite. So this is the 3600 MHz variant, the DDR4 RAM, and with a latency of 16. It's a 32 gig kit. So there are two 16 gig sticks inside. So we went with a total of 4. So we got this beautiful cloth and the sticker, and behold, and crystal. So for the fans, we went with 9 numbers of Lian Li's Unifan, which is SL120 version. The reason for choosing this is it has some of the advanced RGB effects. So let's unbox this fan as well. So the beauty, so the great thing about the Unifan is in the part. So these fans can be daisy chained, two fans like this, and you can slide them together, and then it's done. There are not many wires hanging from each and every fan. So for the power supply, we have chosen PQ1000M made by Deepcool. So it's a 80 plus gold power supply. So let's and it's a modular also, and it's a brand new unit. So I must say, from my experience, this is the smallest form factor 1000 power supply I have ever seen. At the back, you got this peripheral, the modular connectors. Okay, next come bike's keys, the pump cum reservoir. So as you can see, the pump is in the bottom, the reservoir is in the top, and there is this fan mount. So next is the ARGB PPU block for Ryzen 9 5950. So same box key. So how it looks. The back is very nicely machined. So for the case, we went with one of the best water cooling cases in the market, Lian Li O11 Dynamic XL ROG certified version. So let's go ahead with the unboxing. See, on the top we get this shroud and this tools. Okay. So this is how the case looks. Comes out like this. The front plate also. It moves like this. So the rear plate has 2 dust filters, hard disk cages,